already. So here we go. We're going to start out with the standing and hip work. So your right foot is forward. If balance is an issue, you might be having to hold on to something. So this is just like, that sweep. You're going to see a number of movements. So there's the sweep. Your foot is sweeping across the floor, across the mat. It's not always easy to sweep across the mat. And really go in front and really go around. Now the foot is hovering above the floor, if possible. And now the foot goes a little more wild. That's what I call wild. And we'll do other side. So start out. So this is all just basic movement and basic movements that help with balance. Remember about your posture. You're not looking down, looking forward or to the screen. And foot hovers. Foot hovers above the floor. And you go a little wild. Swing up, back, up, back, up, back. Okay, first side again. Forward and back without swinging your upper body so much. Forward and back. Forward and back. And then side, side. Left, right. Left, right. Left, right. Third movement, diagonal. Across, 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 across. Fourth movement, Dutch door. All on the same leg. Open and close, open and close. And there's some strength involved, of course. You start feeling it in your standing leg. And then, I lost count. Fifth movement, circle, circle, circle. And then reverse your circles. Circle, circle, and circle. Woo! Okay, second side. Forward and back. Forward and back. Just feeling your hip joint moving. Those are all the various movements. And left, right. Diagonal. Trying not to move so much in your upper body, though of course it will move. Dutch door, 90-degree bend at the knee, open and close, open and close, open, close, and open, close. Circle, 3 in each direction. Largest movement that you have. And then range of motion, large. Circle opposite direction. Good. Whew. Okay. And then from here, up and down. See if you can keep your heels together. Up and down. Up and down. And again, up and down. Right leg in front of the other. Take hold of your right wrist. And side bend. So nice deep stretch to your side. Breathe in. Exhale. So body holds emotion. Yeah, emotion can be stored in the body. Stress can be stored in the body. And motion can help unleash emotion. So those are kind of like our magic words. Motion can help unleash and kind of get rid, kind of work our way through emotion. I didn't mean like, the unleashing is more like a letting go. And left leg in front of the other. And grabbing hold of your left wrist and coming across. So nice deep stretch. Breath in. Exhale. Wonderful stretch to the body. Stretching through. And then releasing and coming out. Good work. So we'll go a few forward folds. If you like to have You know, you may even want a strap handy. I'll just have that. I'm just kind of have things nearby. You'll see how we use them. Maybe blocks or no blocks. You know, it just depends on you. So you're going to come forward. Legs are straight. Feet about, let's say, as wide as your mat. And you're coming down. And it might be that the blocks are handy. Maybe you like your hands down, but another idea is that the blocks could be a place for you to rest your head. You have lots of ways to work the block. Maybe you need 6 blocks, and this is just not going to work for you because most people don't have 6 blocks unless you have a yoga studio at home. Breathe in, exhale, and breath in, and exhale. We're going to soften the knees. Take your strap with you. Come on up. And we'll hold the strap. Now, if you don't have a strap, you could clasp hands. I was thinking about maybe, what is that, about 4 inches between hands, something like that. And so I'm going to hold the strap. I'm going to bend the knees as I come down, lower, and forget about the blocks. Hands are reaching up away from your back. So it's a stretch to the hamstrings, also a stretch to your low back and to the shoulders. Shake out your head. So yeah, this, it's like if I say we're going to work hip joints, it's got to be everywhere in the body. Everything is always affected in yoga. Every part of your body and mind, spirit, always affected. Wonderfully affected. But here, there's hamstrings. There's also shoulders. Soften the knees. Come on up. Look up. Keep holding the strap. Look upward and breathe. Lift your heart center and release. Good. Okay. And then from here, we're going to bring the legs a little closer in. No blocks. You're going to wrap your arms around the backs of your legs. I am bending my knees a lot. And then once I'm here, I'll try to straighten. It's fine to keep the knees slightly bent. Release the top of your head and breathe. Bring the hands down. Separate your feet as wide as your mat. Drop down. Bring your elbows onto your knees, just dropping down. Breathe in. Exhale. And from here, come down a little more. So some of you can come down even more. See how that squat works for you. Modify if you need to. Hands are to heart. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale. And then have your hands press and come right up. So we have an IT band stretch. So in this one, I think blocks do come in handy. Let's just have them on their high end. You would be facing them. I'll just face you in the beginning. You do bring your right foot in front of the other. Right foot in front of the other. You look at your feet, and the outer edges are as close together as they can come. Reach the arms up. Reach for your blocks. You could bend your knees or straighten. And again, some don't need the blocks. You have 3 heights, or you might find you just don't need the blocks, okay? So as far as IT band goes, with your right leg in front of the other, the way this will work best is if you walk your hands to the right. So it's going to be the outside left IT band that gets the greatest stretch. There we go. So the leg that's in the back of the other is the outer IT band that stretches. Take another breath here. Let your pelvis shift left. It's fine to have blocks for this. If you were at a clock, you went from 12, 1, 2, 3. Come back to center. Let's come all the way up to standing. Arms are up overhead. And let's redo the other side. So left leg in front of the other. Reach the arms up. Exhale, come down. Reach for your blocks. And as you're here, it's the outer edge of the right leg that's going to stretch. To get there, my hands are like at 12 o'clock. I'm going to walk to 11, 10, 9, block or no block. And your pelvis will shift right, and that's the outside IT band. Of course, hamstrings are involved as well. And breathe. It's okay to be working with knees bent. Deep breath in. So if you think about it, IT band extends past the outside knee, and it extends a little past the hip joint. And back to center. Soften the knees. Come on up. Good. And we're going to go wide. We're going to go wide here. When you go wide, take your heels in, toes turned out, and drop down. Press your elbows back. You could shift side, side. Shifting side to side. Inner thigh stretch. Hands are relaxed. And then push heels into the mat and come on up. Good, good. And then from here, so feet are now squared, and we're going to come forward. So you could reach for blocks, or fingertips are down. Palms could be down. And then from here, we'll walk the hands forward. So your sits bones moving back, arms moving forward. Yeah, there's hamstring, there's inner thigh, but I think of this as a hip stretch and a spinal extension. Take a moment here to breathe. Deep breath in and exhale. Your neck can go into traction, your spine in traction, this like anti-gravity pose. Try to establish the kind of posture you want. Your spine really long right here. Front of the body long, back of the body feels a little more contracted, strong. And then hands onto the thighs and press on up. Heels turned in, toes turned out. So it's a shimmy, and I'm actually going to go left shoulder towards right knee. Inhale up, right shoulder, left knee. Back and forth. Back and forth. Inhale up, exhale over. One more on each side. Back to center. Now you're going to keep center. So I'm not shifting anymore from left to right. So it's almost like I want to drop my ear down to the center of the mat. Up and down. Inhale, bob up. Exhale, drop down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up again. Exhale down. And then all the way up to standing. Good work. So then we have windmill. So it could be that your left hand is on a block or hand is straight down. And then begin to take your right arm, swing your right arm up into the air. It's really fine to have a block and twist. Your top hand could stay up in the air, that's easier, or you reach your top hand to your inner thigh, left inner thigh. You could also take your left hand towards your right knee or right ankle, lower your head towards your right knee. It's okay to bend your right knee. Lengthen the spine, twist a little more deeply. Release, sweep on up. Take the arms up into the air. And second side, right hand is down, block or no block. Windmill, twist left, left arm, up into the air. Even though you're not standing upright, think about your posture. Your top arm could come to the back thigh, left hand, right thigh. Right hand could come to left foot. Lower your head towards your knee. Head moving towards left knee. Lengthen your spine. Look back. Release, come back to center. Woo! You get to take the legs together. So we'll go heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, legs all the way together. Good work. Taking hands right to heart center and breathe. Hands are right onto shoulders. Elbows touch. Elbows come up. Arms out to the sides. Try that again. Elbows touch, inhale up, exhale down. Take time to complete the breath. Inhale up, exhale down. A few more times. Go at a pace that matches your breathing rhythm. Next time the elbows touch, reverse. Down, up, elbows touch, and down. Good work. And then releasing. So then we also have Elvis Pelvis. So the feet are, let's do this one first. So your feet are together, your hands are on your knees, and you circle. It's pretty easy, but you are definitely moving your knee joints, moving your feet. This should not hurt your knees. Reverse direction. What I have found, I don't know if anybody else has those little scrunchy sounds in your knees. What I've found is when I first do this, like my first class this morning, I did this at 7 a.m. and my knees were going, they make this really unique sound. Right now, they are not making that unique sound. So that's something to consider, that if your knees make a sound, that with that practice, you get the synovial fluid moving. You hydrate yourself, make sure you're hydrated, especially in the winter. We kind of sometimes forget about, how much water we actually need. Okay, and then from here, now we've got the Elvis Pelvis. So you're shifting, and I'm just going to say, let's start out fast. Fast, I don't know, is that fast? But it's faster than slow. How fast is fast? Faster than slow. That's a good one. Okay, and then reverse, fast. Well, you have to write that definition. How fast is fast? Fast is faster than slow. Told you I entertain myself all day long with such thoughts. Okay, and then feet coming a little closer together, and you're going to go slow. They don't come that much closer together, but you're going slow, and you have to kind of bend your knees more. Slow. How slow? Slow. Slow is slower than fast. And then reverse. Slow. Your knees should be happy. All right, good job. Hugging knee to chest. Little balance. Hugging and let go with control. Hug, hold, let go. Two more like that. Hug. Maybe you have to hold behind the knee. That's okay. And let go. Hug. Let go slowly. Hug. So holding behind knee is easier, holding kneecap, average. Oh, maybe you're above average. Maybe you're like, hey, I can hold my foot. You never know. And let go. Holding, or holding, who knows. And breathe. And let go. All right, so next one is just tap, 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 tap. Pretty easy for most. Tap, tap. Maybe that's where you need to be. Or grab your foot, draw heel towards buttock. Maybe you have to hang on to something and let go. Other side, reach. If tapping is best for you, go there. If you can, hold. Let go. Let's do one more each side. Hold. Now, maybe the difference is that both hands can hold. Look straight ahead of you. Roll your shoulders back. I have all levels here. Maybe you can kick the leg back. You never know. It's an odd little dancer here. Breathe in. Exhale. And let go. Grab hold of the other side. Again, maybe you're just kicking the heel to heel, heel of foot to heel of hand, maybe holding with one, or maybe both hands holding. And some might even find, wow, you can kick and come to this very unusual, exotic dance, right? And breathe in. Exhale. And release. And come on out. Good, good. So another one I would like to do from standing, this is a good, standing phases, is working the side. So we'll bend the left knee, come over, and reaching. So the easiest is to elbow to knee. We're looking for a side bend. Maybe you'll take your hand down and continue looking for the side bend. And breathe. Create space. And press on up. Good work. Other side, turning, bending the knee, coming across, extending. Good, deep side bend. Reaching, if you can, hand to ankle. Stretch. One more breath. Exhale. Good. And come up. We'll bring our legs together. Yeah, standing in mountain. And breathe. On this next one, I'll move my mat to a diagonal. We're coming to a lunge, a low lunge. And so that just means your, let's say, right foot is forward. You're at the front end of your mat. Right foot forward, left foot back. Some really like the blocks here. I sometimes like using blocks. Today, I'm just, fingertips are down. Maybe your fists are down. Some have palms down. So it's left hip flexor. The leg that's back there, that's the stretch. Being patient with ourselves. Breath in. Exhale. Let's take the foot to the outer edge of the mat, right foot to the outer edge, and your right hand is on the inside right foot, and drop down. Nice. For in between, let's come to our first child's pose, half hour into your class. You may want your blanket there or just shift on back and take a moment in child's pose. Rest your forehead down and breathe. One more breath here. Inhale. exhale, so you really can feel all the movements so far, right? So second side, we'll save our downward facing dog for a moment. So let's do left foot forward and curl your back toes under, extend, really push out through your heel. Fingertips down, fists or palms, and yeah, it's just a great way to move into the new year, yoga, and these themes of wellness and optimal health. Yeah, breathing in. Exhale. Good. Ooh. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take the foot to the outer edge of the mat, and your left hand is on the inside left foot. So a little different here. Breathing. If it's hard to be on your hands, go onto your fists. You'll notice we usually bear more weight on the outside hand, so see if you can also bear weight on your left hand. Good. Knee down. The real key is in holding, right? And then knees can go, let's go ahead and have a blanket handy if you usually use one. Let's just come to child's pose, but the knees will be about as wide as your mat. Big toes touching, and lower your head. Let's walk the hands to the right. When you walk to the right, grab hold of your left wrist, lower your head. Walk across the opposite way, grab hold of your right wrist, lower your head. Come back to center. From here, shoulders. So basically you have your right hand is at your right side, like your temple. You're going to open up, take your elbow up, really open thoracic, and then think about your right elbow touches your left wrist. And maybe you can even lower yourself to where your head touches down. Your right hand is still touching the side of your head. Looks like threading the needle, but your elbow is bent. And you're trying to get your right shoulder down. Let's try that twice more. Inhale, look up. Lengthen, lengthen, drop down. Thread your elbow under, right? So your elbow stays bent. And breathe. And last one, lift up. Extend, reach, reach, reach. Now, extend your right arm, and we have the traditional thread through. Your right arm threads underneath the left. Drop your shoulder down. Your pelvis is up in the air. Twist and breathe. Let's do second side. So from here, left hand on left side of your head, elbow reaching up, and then elbow comes down, and it's like it's threading its way underneath the right hand. You're trying to get your left shoulder down, and come up again. Elbow comes up, lifts the elbow, and come through. And it should be possible, like your pelvis up in the air, you should be able to really get your shoulder down, the side of your head down. Last one, inhale, lift. Extend the arm, reach up high, move into the upper back. And then thread through, slide the extended arm underneath the right, and your pelvis up in the air, and you're working through, really focusing on shoulders, neck, your back. And then finally, releasing, and we have frog. So you go even wider this time. You're going to go wider than the mat if that's possible. Go as wide as your knees will go. Big toes do not have to touch. And you may be propped on your elbows or forehead dropping down. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Use your hands to press up. And once you come up, knees are together. And we're going to press back to downward facing dog. So hands are spread wide. Press on back and pedal. Bend one knee. Press opposite heel down. Back and forth. Let's come to upward facing dog. So I let my hands kind of move forward, and you can have your knees down the first time around. Extend through the toes, look up. I'm going to do that 3 times. Some of you are doing plank instead of upward facing dog. Press back and lengthen your spine, downward facing dog. And then come forward, roll shoulders back. Extend, look up. And to go all the way back. Forward. Roll shoulders back, look up. And all the way back, downward facing dog. Good job. What we're going to do is we'll come to sitting on blocks. It's Virasana, so if you want to sit on your heels, that's fine. Sitting on blocks, sometimes you sit on 2 blocks. I'll sit on 1, and we'll work from here. I always say that because you can't always see that I'm actually sitting on a block. When I'm in class, I can't tell if people are on blocks or not. So the feet are extended. For some, that's the hardest part of this pose, is to extend the foot, to get that nice, the stretch to the foot. And then you're sitting. If this does not work for you, extend your legs or sit cross-legged. That's fine. Interlace fingers, press palms up. Thunderbolt pose. Shoulders are down. Breath in. And exhale. Come over, and we're going to lengthen the spine, reaching up and over. Come up and across. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. And exhale, come over to your side bend movement and breathe. And then using a strap, if necessary, for steer, for the arm part. So your right arm is up. Right elbow bending. If you don't have a strap and can't reach, you could do this is the therapy arm, grabbing. Or you could take the arm down and reach from behind, use a strap or not, and breathe. This one's really great for breathing, really helps to open up the lungs. Let's do the other side. So extending and other side. Reaching up, down there. And bending, and then holding. Yeah. The tendency is to want to look down, look ahead of you, and maybe reaching, and holding. Connect the hands. And breathe. And finally, release. Good work, releasing. So we get to straighten the legs. Oh, yeah. We'll come onto our backs, and then we'll come up to a sitting sequence, which is coming up. So as you're here, I want you to extend your legs. Take your arms and stretch your arms up overhead. Move everything out of the way. Whatever's in your way, move it out so you can really extend. Flex and point. And flex and point. And then pulling knees right into chest, stretching your lower back, and breathe. Soles of the feet are together. Outside feet resting down, hands are right onto your belly, and breathe. Expand into your belly, and release. So we're going to grab hold of the right foot and lower your left leg and breathe. Stretching the outer hip. It's a half lotus. You could also lift your head, just depends on you. You can lift your head. There's another way you could do. Right hand holds right foot, left hand is on your left thigh, and you're trying to touch your knee. You're trying to lift up enough. Imagine that. Maybe you're like, not quite there, or you're aiming to be there, engaging your core to lift. Release, lower your head, lower the leg. Grab hold of the other leg, left foot, holding, breathing in. And then from here, lifting. Left arm coming through, maybe that's possible. Right hand coming to the thigh, and you're really trying to reach for your knee. Breathing in. Exhale. Really engaging your core. And release. Let's take windshield wiper. Feet are wide. You're going side, side. Side, side. Okay. And then you have right ankle over left. And you'll hold. You've got the threading the needle. So there's a number of ways you could hold behind the knee. You could hold your kneecap. That's a nice one. You could also extend your leg. You could unthread and hold your calf muscles. Some of you can hold your foot. What's important is that your right ankle remains flexed. Sometimes the low back comes right up off the mat. Bring your left foot down and twist side, side. Just like the legs in the same position, going side, 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 side. Let's do the other side, left ankle over right. And you thread through. Do the variation you did the first time around. Extending the leg if you like. Take another breath here. Inhale. Keep your left ankle flexed. And then release. Now, your right foot is down, and we go side, side. Little twist. Side, 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 side. Good work. From here, right knee is bent. We're going across to a twist. Left hand guides the knee across. You twist. And I'm going to leave it to you. You could stay here. You might. I think they're very deep twists, and they're different. There's this one where I think the focus is more on my spine. But there's also extending the right leg. And you come across, and it's just more widespread. It's the spine, but also it's the leg and the glute. And breathe. Come back to center, and we'll do second side. So we'll start out, left knee bent, right leg straightened, come across, because you can see how different this is. This is all about focus on the spine and shoulders. And breath and mindfulness. And then we could also perhaps involve the leg. You extend the leg, you bring it over, and turn your head left again. Good, and come right back to center and release. Okay, so we are coming up, and we'll do the inner thigh stretch. If you prefer to be on your back, taking your leg out to the side, that's fine. That's another way of working inner thighs that might be a little safer for your back, I don't know. Or you're coming forward. My mat is moving around. Okay. Using blocks is helpful, maybe just being upright, sometimes resting elbows on a block. Push out through the heel. We'll be here about a half a minute. Just focus on breathing. Okay, last 5 seconds. Oh, okay, good work. Don't be discouraged if every time you come in this, it always feels the same. You're like, I never make progress on that. It's okay. I mean, this is strong. These are strong muscles that we're working on, and just requires patience to open. We are coming to Pigeon, and if Pigeon does not work for you, another idea for you is you could be like so. You could take your leg up. You could be further away, closer in. You could shift side side. Okay, or you could come into Pigeon from hands and knees. Or from downward facing dog. I'm going to swing my right leg up. I'm going to look at my hands, bring the right knee forward. Make sure it's your right knee because there's a number of movements here. And lengthen the spine. We're not going to hold terribly long while you're here. When you lift up or you bend your back knee, you probably feel a quad stretch. And then we'll come down onto the elbows. And that's more like glute stretch, and pause. Breathe. We're going to come to half spinal twist. So those of you who are doing the variation, you can join us. Left leg is in front of the other. We'll just do the same side. Left leg in front of the other. Right arm up into the air. Right elbow across left knee and twist. Look to the space behind you. From here, come out, and we're going to bring the right knee, open it out to the side. You're looking forward, reach the arms up, and you're going to reach for your left foot. It might mean using a strap to reach your foot. Some are really open. You've got your block as an extender, or you're reaching for your foot. Lower your head and breathe. Come on up, twist towards your right bent knee, look back, and breathe. So we come out, and again, if you were doing this the other way, you're going to be crossing over, or we're coming back to downward facing dog or directly into pigeon, as you prefer. Left leg up, reach up high, and then bring your left knee forward for the second side of these movements. So take a moment. Those of you in pigeon, look up. Bend your dovetail, your pigeon tail. Look up. Lower, come onto the elbows. Few rounds of breath here. You're going to press up and look ahead of you, look upward. Lean to the left, take your right leg across. You're going to be in half spinal twist. Maybe your lower leg, maybe you have to straighten your left leg. See what works for you. Left arm up in the air, reach up, inhale. Exhale, elbow, cross knee, twist, look back. Going to unwind, and then from here, right foot is extending, left knee bent, and my leg is directly in front of me. Reach the arms up. Use a strap if you need to. Inhale. Exhale, reach for your right foot or ankle. Lower your head and breathe. Let's reach up and twist again towards your left knee. Look back. Good. Lots of twists here. We are coming onto our backs, and we need an arch, so we're coming to bridge. So once you come onto your back, just pull knees into chest. This is the last pose. Well, maybe child's pose. Happy baby be the last one. So we're pressing up into bridge. Some like to come in, out, in, out. I'm just going to say let's hold, clasp hands, tuck shoulders underneath you. Look at how you work your feet, and definitely make more effort with your less dominant leg if you have one. Okay, most of us do. Lower. And once you lower, grab a hold of your feet. Feet are wide. Good. Stretching your low back and breathe. And then take the soles of the feet together. Outside feet resting to the mat. Hands are onto the belly. And take a moment here to breathe. Extend your legs one by one. Come into Shavasana these last 4 minutes of your session. Possibly the most important part of your session. This time allows you time to scan your body. Allow your legs to completely relax, your feet, ankles, and your legs. Allow your hip joints to completely relax. Feel gratitude for the various parts of your body that function. Everything is functioning enough to keep us moving and able to enjoy life. Continue to relax your belly, the glutes, your low back. Continue to relax your hands, your wrists, your forearms, elbows, upper arms, and shoulders. Continue to relax the length of your spine. Continue to relax your neck, your shoulders, your face. And feel balance from the toes to the crown of the head. Begin to deepen your breathing. Move your hands, move your feet. And as you are ready, go ahead and take a moment to roll to one side and make your way to sitting. You can unmute if you like. You can turn on your videos if you like.